This is the exact diet I followed to burn off all that excess pudge around my midsection. And in today's video, I plan to share my unique dieting structure, how someone who's never been successful with a diet before can copy this and lose significant weight, and the exact foods I ate during this diet. By the way, I'm Louis. I've been in the fitness scene for the last 7 years, and I've been helping guys look better in their shirts for the last 2. Now, I know talking about the meals is the most exciting part, but you wouldn't benefit anywhere near as much if I didn't first explain the dieting structure and why it's so effective at burning belly fat. And I'm going to assume you're actually here because you want to lose weight, right? Not just look at meals? Good. Now that the food porn junkies have clicked off the video, let's get down to the good stuff. The diet works so well because it's structured around the biggest hurdles we face when it comes to losing weight. That being digging into the late night snacks after a long day at work, or the occasional weekend cheat meal that slips under the radar. So to account for these slip-ups, I structured the diet around a 16-8 method of intermittent fasting, which is where people would split their day into a 16-hour window of not eating and an 8-hour window of eating. But don't stress, I'm breaking some of the rules, so we're only left with the good stuff. My diet follows the EAT protocol. E stands for exchange breakfast for dessert. There's 2 reasons I'll do this. Firstly, I like to be clear-headed in the morning, and the body sits in either 2 states. Fight or flight, which is a high alert focus state, or rest and digest, where significant energy is taken from other parts of the body to focus on digesting the food. And eating a big breakfast is going to move your body from that high alert focus state into the rest and digest state. This takes energy from your decision-making ability and might result in a few bad choices come lunchtime. Also, as a bonus, if you drink a morning coffee, the caffeine works as a natural appetite suppressor. So even if you were hungry, you wouldn't feel it till about midday, when we'd have our first meal. And if you don't drink coffee, you can just go without or have a Diet Coke. The reason I'll swap to dessert is what I mentioned earlier. I know for many guys out there, late night snacking is the ruin all for dieting. So by swapping out breakfast, which usually does more harm than good, and having a full meal or even just half a meal after dinner on the sweeter side of things, can act as a roadblock for any sweet treats or unaccounted for snacks. I'll share my own go-to dessert a bit later on, but honestly, this meal can be whatever you like. A represents always prepare protein. I've tried meal prepping in the past, and although it's handy, it's pretty tedious. So I found that just preparing your source of protein serves as a nice in-between. I personally do 800 grams of chicken breast that I'll split into 4 servings of 200 grams, but I have heard of people who will just prepare an entire week's worth and still get away with it. I'm just not sure what chicken's like after 7 days in the fridge. How you prepare your food is entirely up to you. But chicken gives you the opportunity to have it with rice, pasta, in a wrap, in a sandwich. The options are endless. T is going to stand for 3 big meals. Now, I know that's not that unique, but shh. I'll be honest, the reason I'll do 3 main meals is simply for ease. Not having to feel hungry every 2 hours is a bonus. Plus, with 3 main meals, I can just stop what I'm doing for 20-30 minutes, cook or have a large meal prepared, sit down, pull up a YouTube video, and just block myself out from the world for a while. It serves as just a nice break from the day, but it also has the benefit of making calorie counting extremely easy. All you need to know is what are the food components in your 3 main meals and you're golden. And if you need to reduce or increase your calories, you can just move around the portion sizes accordingly. So what if I want the occasional cheat meal? Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. The final benefit to skipping breakfast and having lunch, dinner, and dessert means if you want to go out for dinner, all you need to do is take 1 or 2 of those main meals out, depending on what type of takeout you're thinking of getting, and that will adjust your calories almost perfectly. Yeah, you might overstep slightly, but it's not going to make a dent in the big picture if you cut your meals accordingly. So that's the structure, but let's get to why you're really here. What meals did I eat? My first meal was my prepared chicken breast, served with instant rice, frozen vegetables, and garnished with a lovely sweet soy sauce, Japanese mayo, and a drizzle of sesame oil. Here are the measurements if you want to snap a screenshot, and here's a lighter caloric variation of it. All I needed to do was measure my veggies, mayo, and oil, and then the rest was just done for me. Simply pop it all in the microwave and you're done. less than 15 minutes to cook and eat. You've also got the option to meal prep it, chuck it in a container and take it to work. The second meal was 150 grams of oats, 300 ml of milk, 80 grams of peanut butter, 2 teaspoons of this delicious cocoa powder, and I garnished that with sliced banana and 20 grams of honey. Again, microwave everything and you're good. And if you do it right, sometimes the peanut butter doesn't melt and you get this hot, gooey peanut butter in the center. It's to die for. Here are the measurements and here's a lower caloric version of it. You can also pop this entire meal in a jar, throw it in the fridge and take it to work the next day and have it hot or cold. And finally, the dessert that had my mouth watering every time I was making it was berries, banana and milk, blended up, served with granola on top to make this amazing smoothie bowl. All 3 meals added to a total of 2,750 calories, 130 grams of protein, 295 carbs and 116 fats. If you've watched this far into the video, then you're clearly on a pursuit to improve your dieting. Unfortunately, most of the dieting advice you see online is a lie, and I uncover the truth about that in this video right here that you're probably going to want to check out. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll talk soon.